Are you ready to unlock growth, build resilience, and confidently take the next step in leadership, career, and faith? Welcome to The Next Move. I'm Orvin Kimbrough, a CEO, author, and leader with a passion for helping people and organizations thrive. My journey from foster care to CEO has fueled my mission to help professionals scale their confidence, leadership, and influence through mindset shifts, expanded networks, and bold action. Each week, I'll share reflections ripped straight from my blog to inspire and empower you with actionable insights. Let's get started and make your next move your best move. Welcome back to The Next Move, the podcast where we explore faith, leadership, and personal growth to help you take your next step with purpose and confidence. I'm your host, Orvin Kimbrough. And today's episode, it's personal. It's rooted in a question that I've been asked countless times over the years by friends. I've been asked this question by strangers, by interviewers, and even students. So they asked me, what do you think your life would have been like if your mom hadn't died when you were 8 years old? And honestly, I don't know. I don't know who I'd be. I don't know where I'd be. I only know this. I know what I had to survive to become who I am. But that question, that wondering, it pulls on something deeper. Because it's not just about what happened. It's about why it mattered and what we, the collective we, you and I, can do with the pain. Let me take you back. When my mom died, the winds didn't change in my favor. They actually turned against me. So, what do I mean by that? What followed, well, it wasn't healing. What followed, it was more pain. What followed after the sexual abuse, what followed was chronic physical abuse. What followed was emotional neglect. I remember lying on the floor after being hit in the face, with a belt buckle, not just in pain, but folks, I was hopeless. I didn't want to live. I simply wanted to disappear. But maybe that question about what my life would have been like if my mom had lived, maybe that question isn't the right question. Maybe the better question is this: what if my mom had a support system? What if someone had seen her? I mean, really seen her? What if someone had stood beside her as she walked through addiction? What if someone had stood aside her through poverty, through grief? What if someone had seen my pain before I learned to hide it? What if, just what if, someone had come alongside us, not to fix us, but to be with us? What if? What if grief? What if grief had been held? What if depression had been met with compassion? What if self-sabotage? Come on, you know what I'm talking about. What if self-sabotage had been understood as a wound, not a weakness? Folks, what if, just what if we caught kids before the world breaks them? What if we caught them before the silence sets in? While the light is still flickering on the inside, what if we caught them? See, back then, I didn't know how to ask for help. I didn't know peace was a thing people felt. But I know now. I know what's possible when someone shows up early. That someone is you. Because here's the truth most folks don't talk about. The stuff that happens to us as kids, it doesn't disappear. We carry it. We carry it into our relationships. We carry it into our parenting. The stuff that happens to us as kids, we carry it into our leadership. We carry it into our workplaces. We carry it into the mirror. And I see it now. How one adult, how one moment of care, how one consistent voice, well, how it can be the difference between surviving and thriving. I didn't get the help I needed back then, but I want to be a part of making sure the next child does. I want to be a part of the wind at their back. Because when we catch kids young, we help to unleash potential young. Did you catch that? When we catch them young, we help to unleash potential young. And the earlier that potential is realized, the more value it creates for everyone. That's the ripple effect. More value for families, more value for teams, more value for communities, more value for economies, more value for cultures. We don't just save a life, we multiply talent, we strengthen futures, we change the game just by the nature of how we show up. So, what if my mother hadn't died when I was 8? I don't know. I truly don't know. I've thought about it. I don't know. But I do know this: we can still catch the next one. We just have to choose to look. We have to, folks, we have to choose to care. We have to choose to show up. And if we do, if you and I do just our small part, we won't just change their story. Guess what? We'll change ours too. We will change ours too. Let me close out with this. Lord, help us be the wind at someone else's back this week, this month, this quarter, this year. Lord, this life. Help us see who needs catching. Lord, give us the courage to respond, not with perfection, but with presence. Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name, I pray. Folks, that's it for today's episode of The Next Move. If this moved you, if it made you reflect, share it with someone. You never know who needs a reminder that their next move might start with showing up for someone else. Until next time, stay present, stay bold, and keep rising. Thank you for tuning in to The Next Move. I hope today's reflection inspired you to take the next step in your leadership, career, or faith journey. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need a little encouragement this week. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you'd like more reflections or resources, visit orvinkimbrough.com or theaccidentalbanker.com. Until next time, remember, every step you take brings you closer to thriving. Let's keep moving forward together.